Hello friends, my name is Akash Bidwai and today I am going to explain the numerical solving techniques of heat conduction problem. So before that, I am going to tell you the list of formulas used during the numericals. So first is the Fourier's law of heat conduction. So this is the basic law for the heat conduction. According to the statement of Fourier's law, the heat flow rate is directly proportional to the cross-sectional area of the body at 90 degrees multiplied by the temperature difference with respect to the change in thickness. Now this Q is the amount of heat flow through the body per unit time in watts. This capital A is nothing but the cross-sectional area in meter square. dt is the temperature difference at these faces in degree Celsius or Kelvin. dx is the thickness of the body in the direction of flow in meters. Now, when you remove this proportionality sign, there always a constant. So, this constant is denoted by K. K is the thermal conductivity of the body. The unit of the thermal conductivity is watt per meter Kelvin or degree Celsius. And this negative sign. So this negative sign indicates the temperature is dropped linearly. Now this term, that is K into A, is now take this term, that is K into A, into the denominator, that is dx upon Ka. Now this whole term dx upon Ka is called as the thermal resistance. Thermal resistance means what? The resistance to the flow of heat. Resistance means that is the restrict to the flow of heat. So heat is flowing in this direction and this is the restriction. That is this body is the restriction to the flow of heat. So resistance can be denoted with the help of these zigzag lines. So in this way you can draw the resistance diagram. Now the next formula is the heat conduction through the plane wall. Now consider the plane wall. The T1 is the temperature in the innermost side and T2 is the temperature at the outermost side. Now the heat is flowing in this direction. Now you have to find how much amount of heat is conducted through this plane wall. So obviously this T1 is greater than T2. So temperature is dropped linearly according to the assumptions made during the Fourier's law of heat conduction. And capital L is the thickness of the plane wall. Now draw the resistance diagram first. So there is only one resistance, only one plane wall, so only one resistance. So this resistance can be denoted by thickness, that is L upon thermal conductivity into the cross sectional area. Okay. So how will you get the heat conduction value? So Q equals to temperature difference upon the thermal resistance. The thermal resistance is what? L upon Ka. That is Q equals to T1 minus T2 upon L upon Ka. That is the amount of heat conducted through the plane wall. Now let's move on to the next formula, that is heat conduction through the composite wall. Now first formula was about the plane wall. Now this is the composite wall. Composite wall is what? The wall which is made up of different material. That is, now consider the composite wall, that is, this is wall number 1, wall number 2, wall number 3. This wall number 1 is made up of different material having thermal conductivity K1, wall number 2 having thermal conductivity K2 and wall number 3 having thermal conductivity K3, and which is having different thicknesses, that is L1, L2, L3. Now let us consider T1 is the innermost surface temperature and T4 is the outermost surface temperature of the wall. T2 and T3 are the interface temperatures. Now let us draw the resistance diagram of it. So now there are three resistances, 1, 2 and 3. That is 1, 2 and 3. And according to the assumptions, By the assumptions of the Fourier's law, this heat flow rate is constant throughout. Now if you want to find the heat conducted through this composite wall, now consider the first wall. Now this wall is considered as a plain wall. Now if you want to find the heat conduction through this wall, what will you do? You just take the temperature difference, that is T1 minus T2 upon the thermal resistance, that is L upon Ka. Now consider the second wall, that is the middle wall. What will be the temperature difference? T2 minus T3 upon the thermal resistance, that is L2 upon K2 into A. Now consider the third, what will be the temperature difference? T3 minus T4 upon L3 upon K3 into area. So write it separately like this. So this Q, that is amount of heat conducted, is constant throughout. Okay. Now in some cases these interface temperatures are not given to you. Then how will you find the heat conducted through this composite wall? So for that you just use the temperature difference, that is innermost temperature difference minus outermost temperature difference upon the sum of all the resistances, that is RTH1, RTH2, RTH3. Now what will be the formula? That is T1 minus T4 upon the first resistance, that is L1 upon K1 into area, plus the second resistance, that is L2 upon K2 into area, plus the third resistance, that is L3 upon K3 into area.